Happy Saturday. Welcome to Vibin with Ashley Live. I'm your host, Ashley Live, and this is episode 246 of my show. So very excited for tonight's guest. He's not a musician, but he loves music, and he's this amazing comedian that if you don't know, I'm very excited for you to get to know. His name is Nnamdi Ngwe, an award-winning writer, actor, and comedian who's trained at IO Theater and The Second City. He co-created and starred in hit projects like Julius and Rap School, written for a Black Lady sketch show and The Amber Ruffin Show, and performs worldwide with his improv group 3P. With over 700,000 followers and 30 million likes on TikTok, Nnamdi has mastered the art of blending sharp wit, music, and comedy. So let's bring him onto the stage and welcome him to the show.
Hello, I'm here.
Hi,
We made it.
Nnamdi.
We did it.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for having me on the show. Congrats on all the 246.
Yes, 246.
That's my lucky number. Imagine if it was. Imagine if it was.
Thank you, thank you. Like I said, I usually interview musicians, but
Yeah.
Nnamdi, when I saw your TikTok videos making fun of everybody, not just like one kind of musician or rapper, but like you touch all across the spectrum. You do 80s music, 90s music, new wave music, and I love the diversity. I love just the passion that you have. If anybody has seen your content, they know, I mean, you put smiles on faces all over the world. So I'm so very grateful for you to spend a little time with me and just tell me a little bit more about these videos, your love for music, and about your comedy career. So,
Oh my gosh. Yes. Well, thanks. I'm honored to be here. And first and foremost, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of music and all kinds of music. I like doesn't matter the genre, the time. Like if it moves me, I'm gonna love it and listen to it and I want to celebrate it. That's where all this really is born from.
yeah. So I guess tell me childhood or like something that happened in, your formative years and you're like, this artist or doing this specific thing, where do you think that really came from?
I that's a good question. I think music is in me and my siblings. I have four siblings, and
Mhm.
it's in our it's in our DNA. Like our parents are not artists or creatives professionally or anything like that, and they didn't display like a love for music or the arts. But all the kids, me and my siblings, like my sister is a classical musician. My and so we all played instruments growing up. But the first thing that popped into my mind, and I've always loved like pop music and still do to this day. But when you were asking that, the first thing that popped into my mind was like my older sister. She used to force us to listen to the Beatles. And obviously that's like from way before all of our time. She was just an old head as a kid, like loving that. And I remember as a kid being like, "Oh, turn this off."
Yeah.
But when I got older, I was like, I knew all the Beatles songs because I was just exposed to so many random and different types of music from such an early age.
And I love that you said the Beatles. I feel like the Beatles, I think all of our parents listen to the Beatles. So it's kind of like something that like you need to know some Beatles music to just like, you can't say you don't know who they are.
Yeah, like you gotta know them singing with guitars, their mop tops shaking as they would strum along on stage. Yeah, and their stuff and lots of like classic songs are like used not only back then, but they're used by other artists, whether they're sampled or they're used in TV shows or movies. And it cycled it over and over again. So like you gotta know some Beatles songs at this point. Anyone, right?
Definitely. Yeah, I like what you said about sampling, right? Because we think of like an older generation and the songs that they knew, and then you think of stuff like, I mean, you think of like the Isley Brothers or Michael Jackson, and then you think of the people that came after them that have been inspired by them, but then sampled them, and then you're like, whoa, wait, my parents used to listen to that song. And then you're like, so I don't know if you know this, but do you listen to The Weeknd?
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know off the top of my head what song it was, but on one of his most recent singles, I believe it's a single, he actually he sampled Thriller. Yeah.
Which song is that? Oh my gosh.
I don't
Okay, we gotta yeah.
It's gonna kill me right now because I didn't even know I was gonna talk about this, but I was thinking of like sampling music.
Yeah.
And it came up on my Spotify, and I was like, first off, I don't even think you should touch Thriller in any capacity as a musician, right? Like it was the best thing ever,
Yes.
visually as well as musically, right? And then The Weeknd sampled the song, and I was like, I'm kind of digging it. Like it's very different, and now it's killing me because I can't look it up right now because we're on the interview. But I'm
right.
What it is, and then you could tell me what you think about it.
Okay. We'll do it after.
You think of like sample culture and how, you know, people used to listen to certain music, right? And then they bring it maybe 20 to 25 and put their own spin on it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And also like I'm obsessed with like, you know, with music and production of it. Like if you remember CDs, hello everybody, CDs was a thing, and had the little booklets. I would buy a CD when I was a kid, and always take out the little booklets as I'm playing the music and read who the producers were, who the writers were, and then find out about samples, like older songs being used for the songs of that time, and then and that is carried on with me through today. My obsession with finding out who and how make these hit songs come about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was also the same way. I would read all this stuff. I'd read like all these names, or like remember when they would say the thank yous and it would be like this the whole page. I'm like, whoa, wait, you're thanking like 57 people. It should just be like maybe 10 to 15 tops. There's like all these people that you're thanking, but I loved reading like where it was recorded or who the sample was or the producer. Like that was just like stuff to me that I was just like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this information, but it's fun.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And now as an adult and in the entertainment industry, I understand now that there are so many people. It's not just like one person shows up and sings a song. It's like there are producers and studio engineers and execs and your neighbor next door who inspires you to create this magic. So it's even better as an adult being like, oh, there were thank yous. I love that. That's so nice. You got to thank everybody, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So I want to talk about your career as a comic. So you've performed and taught all over the USA as well as internationally. What do you think makes Chicago's comedy scene stand out?
Oh man, yeah. Well, I mean, I love Chicago. I truly was just there a couple of days ago. I love Chicago so much, the comedy scene. One of the things that makes it pop is that so many people come from different parts of the world, not just the country, different parts of the world for comedy to perform, to collaborate, and we all grow as artists and as people together. And there are so many places, whether it's bigger stages or smaller stages in like a dive bar at midnight to perform, get up, do well or not do so well, but like get those experiences. And so me personally, I was on stage most nights of the week. It was a time where I worked a day job at Groupon, holler, and I would go I'd work super early so that way I'd have a little time to get home, change, and then go and either take a class or do shows. And I remember I ran myself into the ground one year, just went straight for a whole year. Christmas time came, so there weren't any shows, and so I went to work. And after work, I went home, had the in-between time, but I was like, I'm still going to go to a show. And I remember just I was like, oh, I'm just going to lay on the bed until it's time to go. And I slept through dinner, through nighttime, way into the morning. It's a good, 16 hours or whatever when I'm looking at the clock. And I didn't get up to pee, to eat, to nothing. I was just worn out. But I loved it. I loved being in Chicago and just going 100 miles an hour. It was the best.
Yeah. And that just says like who you are as a person, and like you just love pushing yourself to the next level and just really
Yeah.
immersing yourself and like going balls to the wall with something.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's just fun. Just fun. Open-minded, fun, great people. Loved it. Had a great time in Chicago.
Yeah. And so as of 2017, right? You've been in LA. So
Yeah.
right, there's like two different complete
Yeah.
comedy. Talk to me
Yeah.
about LA's comedy scene.
Yeah. And then, one of the other things about Chicago was that because there was so many different stages, big and small, we got to experiment more. So I got to try out different types of comedy or performance, not just comedy, pretty easily, from storytelling to stand up to sketch, etc. In LA, it's a bit more spread out, and there are people from all over the place. So there's a lot of open-minded people, and a lot of people that just want to collaborate and perform. It's done at a different pace here. Not as many people running themselves into the ground the way I did, I would imagine, but it is definitely a nice high level of performers, and it's really just like a good fun time out here performing in LA. But the pace is definitely slower, but still good, still fun.
But do you feel like you need to outwork the person next to you to like get further?
I don't. I personally don't. I know people that have described being in entertainment as like competition, but I don't look at the person to my left or to my right as competition. I was always the person, if I walked into an audition room with other people that looked similar like me, going for the same role, I was like, I would shake everybody's hand and be like, hey, what's up? Because it's out of my hands. I'm gonna do me and have a good time. And if they get the role, great. If I get it, even greater. But nothing was going to. I don't see other people as competition, because I especially nowadays, you can kind of kick down doors and create things for yourself. I mean, you know this, yeah.
Yeah, you know this, and I know this.
Yeah, exactly.
I started this show, and you created your TikTok, and it's just, I think as a creative, right, you need to create your own lane, because sometimes you're just like, oh, I really want to perform at this specific comedy club, or I really need to be booked on this specific show. And like, right, there's a lot of competition out there. So how do you differentiate yourself? And also, when you do your own thing, you have more creative control over it. Whereas if a specific club picked you up, or a specific production company picked you up, you kind of have to abide by their rules.
Yes, exactly. And I am, one of the many things I love about myself is that I am unique. I'm not a cookie cutter person, which is great, but also makes it hard for decision makers to fully get what this is. So I had to figure out back in Chicago that I had to create shows, create characters, create content where people can be like, oh, that's what he does, rather than trying to fit me into the box of thug number 2 or anything like that. I'm not that. I'm Mr. Smiley Goofball, and so I had to create things that I was interested in, and it worked for me. So finding that success in Chicago helped me figure out, okay, I'm just going to keep doing me and keep doing things I enjoy, and that will help other people understand what goes through this crazy brain of mine.
And I think staying true to yourself, and especially in an industry like this, is important, right? Because sometimes, and I feel like this, people reach out to you and they say certain things, and they're like, but you have to do this, and you're like, I don't want to do that. You're like, I'm not gonna. I can't like even be genuine to myself, be authentically myself. Like my community is gonna be like, what are you doing?
100%. And if you are doing something that is not fun for you, not genuinely enjoyable for you, no matter, it will read. People will smell it. Okay, it'll smell fake. You can complete the assignment, complete the task, but it won't have that passion, that joy, that authenticity that people will latch onto and will dig.
I think it's a really important point that you bring up, because I feel like sometimes when people, have a certain level of success, they sell out, right? They change their thing, and you're like, wait, but that is not you. And like, I don't know what you did, but that's not you.
Yeah,
Kind of just playing this game because maybe you got a manager, or maybe Comedy Central picked you up, or maybe, you're opening for a bigger comic, and they were like, oh, you should do this. And you're like, I don't know if I should. They're like, no, you should do it. And you're like, you know what I mean? Like, you're kind of, in a way,
yeah,
people tell you certain things and they think that they know it's best. And you're like, no, I got to just kind of follow my true path and like be
yeah,
authentically myself.
yeah, 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 yeah. You gotta bring you. You gotta bring you.
So let's talk about 3P. This is an award-winning sketch
Yeah.
improv group. Talk to me about the chemistry performing with them, and how do you keep things fresh on stage?
Oh my gosh, yes. Well, 3P, we actually came about because we were, a lot of us were like the only minority, the only black person on these different shows. And so that audition room I was talking about earlier, if I was going in for a role, a lot of them would be the other people in the room. And so I saw us being pit against each other. And I was like, no, we're friends. We're fans of each other. We love each other as people. Let's get together and do our own thing. And so we did. We got together, created our own show, but like still nobody wanted to give us a show because there was nothing like us before. And so decision makers didn't know what to do with us. So we fought and got a night of the week to perform. It was a Monday night at 10 p.m., which any theater person would know that's not a night. That's a dark night. No,
Not at all.
not at all. That's not a night. Everyone's at home. It's Monday. They're watching Survivor or something. So but we did it. The first show we did, a big like 140, 160 plus theater. Only like 4 people showed up. So there's more of us on stage than audience. But it didn't matter to us. We said we're going to do our thing.
Yeah.
And so we did our thing. Had a great time. The next week, there were like 12 people or something like that in the audience. So there's more people, but still, definitely not filled. But we had a great time. Did our thing. We were staying true to us, having fun. And then the week after that, it was like halfway full. Oh my gosh, this is great. Party time. The week after that, we filled that thing up, and then we sold that thing out for 2 years straight. Just having a party, just having the best time. We made this Monday night become a thing, and then as we were doing that too, we also knew our role was to like open doors for other people. So we invited others to perform, other people that wouldn't get opportunities on stage, and it was the best time. And the thing about 3P is we just the way we perform, the way we dress, we brought our expertise and experience from other shows and life, and brought it together to be fun, and also like let people in a little bit, and educate folks a little bit through our humor, through our comedy, and kept the energy fun. There's a rhythm to it. There's music to it as well, with the stuff we do before, during, and after the shows as well. So that is like it's us. It's me. It's the other performers. It's us, and that is like one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah. And it's exciting to see something, right, that maybe people aren't coming to first, but then it catches on, and people are like, then they tell people, and they bring friends, and then, right, and then you're selling these rooms out, and you're like, oh my gosh, like, we're doing what we need to do, and people are coming and supporting us. That's got to be like such an amazing feeling.
It's amazing. It's the biggest compliment ever for people to tell other people, to word of mouth, and then show up again. Like it's one thing to do it from your phone, right? To click and be like, hey, I'm gonna check it out. But like to physically, get babysitter, to take gas up the car, drive somewhere, pay for seats, and invite a friend and sit there and enjoy a show live. That is a huge compliment. Taking time out of your day to be somewhere is the biggest compliment for me.
And you do these TikTok videos, but when you're in when you're on stage, there's a different kind of energy that you feel versus like being at your house doing these TikTok videos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's right there. It's the give and take right there from us to the audience. It's all happening. It's so I love it so much, and that's why I do it. It's so fun.
Yeah, I love that. So you've written for such a wide range of shows, late night comedy to kids programming.
Yeah.
How do you shift your comedic voice depending on the audience?
Oh my gosh, that's that's a good question. I think naturally, instinctively, um comedically, I'm always kind of I do things that I enjoy, but I feel like I have a broad comedic sense, where I consume a lot of things that a lot of people consume. So obviously there's like the more niche things that I would enjoy, but I feel like because I consume so much broad things that I understand how to appeal to a wide range of people. It is definitely different, and when working on a TV show, because there are more people that have to give a thumbs up before it even makes it to air. So writing on a late night show, we write a lot of monologue jokes, right? Topical jokes, and we crank out tons of jokes, and so many of them don't even make it to the show. And because there's so many, they can't. There's no time to walk through each joke and say this one didn't make air because of this and that. You just have to have thick skin and be like, oh, well, only one of these 100 jokes made it to TV. And having thick skin is a big part of it, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's got to be crazy, like, right? You put like 10 or 15 jokes down. They're like, yep, just this one. And you're like, oh, wait, they were all great.
I know. Because like, doing a video for TikTok or Instagram for my page, I will create something, and then I laugh a lot when at my own stuff. I'll be like, oh, this is great, I love it, and I get to upload it, and it'll be received well, and I'll be like, yeah, that's sweet. But if I write a joke or a sketch or a scene that still makes me be like, this is awesome, and then it doesn't make it to air, no explanation or nothing, I just have to like be like, okay, well, that's gone. No one's ever going to see it again, and it's a real different reaction and response to something that I think is super fun. But that's just the biz.
Mm-hmm. But it helps keep you sharp, right? Because it's like, right? Like, because like 15 jokes, right? One hit. And then you're like, oh my gosh, now I have to come up with 15 more jokes. And oh my gosh, like what's happening in pop culture? And like who's on tour right now? And like what just happened in the news? And it's kind of like you need to, as you said, consume a lot of content, because then you can speak on things that people are talking about, whether it's in the news or pop culture, or a new artist just broke through, right? And you're just like, but I already know this, like I already know their first single, like I'm gonna put this TikTok video up before they even announce their tour, which you can be like that because you're consuming so much.
Yes, absolutely, and you can't be precious with your material. You can't be precious with your jokes, your ideas. It's like do it and keep it moving, which is a wonderful thing. I definitely got comfortable with and familiar with doing a lot of live improv, because I'm improvising in the moment rather than I do sketch and written work, of course, but having that improv brain of like, great, people like that, or people didn't like that. I still got more in the tank. I'm not just holding on to like this one idea that was gonna make or break my day. I'm like, I'm very confident that I'm gonna have a million more ideas before.
Oh yeah.
The end of the day.
Yeah. And I love that, improv, and then you're on stage, and then you're writing, and then you're doing these TikToks. So it's not just you're one kind of comic, right? Because there's some comics that are like only good at improv, or they're only good at crowd work, right? And then you see them do something else and you're like, that's not their forte, right? But like you managed to excel in all of them, right? And then you just keep going like a train, and you're like, okay, I'm just gonna keep going and see what hits, right? And I think having those TikTok videos that are doing very well, and then you see people from all over the world, and you're getting these likes, and people are like, oh my God, this is so funny, right? Like, it's got to be wild for you to get that worldwide recognition just
Dude,
filming these videos in your place. You know what I mean?
it is crazy. It blows my mind. You know, I'll get messages from people, like the sweetest people, and I love them. Please keep sending these messages where people from all over the world would just take the time out to send a message just to say, hey, you know, I've been having a rough week, but your videos have cheered me up. Thank you from Malaysia. Thank you from you know, South Africa. I've gotten a lot of people in Brazil, especially of late Turkey, Ireland are coming through and showing love, and it's so cool because I just, you know, I do the things that I enjoy, and you don't have any say in where they're beamed to. And then once they get there, the people there have to then share them with other friends, and so I have no say in it, and I'm just so thankful that that people enjoy them. But also, I'm even more thankful for the people that take the time out to send those messages, and I make sure I try to respond to the ones I do see, because it means a lot to me that they would do that.
I noticed that you respond, and I think that's really big, because I think yeah, you're right. When someone takes the time to comment or like, or just say something heartfelt, right? Like, hey, I'm going through something really rough, and like, I watched a couple of your videos and I just couldn't stop laughing. I shared them with my friends, and like, I remember that song from '96. Like,
Yeah.
That's the cool thing about your content, is it's like, these are songs that like we know, we love. We haven't heard them in a minute.
Yeah. It's true. It's true.
Right?
It's true.
It's
And
just like,
yeah. Yeah, and like, you know, you just reminded me of like one of the things I remember about discovering is I don't think I've done a Michael Bublé thing, right? But like, I remember when I found out about Michael Bublé in the 2000s, that he was celebrated for, and he's Canadian, so congrats to him, but he was celebrated for doing, I think they call it the American Songbook, the American Standards, American Classics. I forget the exact phrasing, but it was like that. And so like, what I'm doing now in bringing up a lot of these classic songs, I feel like these are part of the American Songbook, the American Standard, that wouldn't be on a Michael Bublé album, right? Because he presents it in the classic kind of jazzy, I'm in a suit, very polished version, right? But these songs, I kind of want to celebrate them more true to how they are, just like fun and loose, and also the people that helped create these songs, and not just songs, these works of art.
Yeah, I love what you said about that, right? Because guys, if you haven't seen this content, like, you're gonna have to watch Nnamdi's videos after this interview if you really want to see it. But right, Nnamdi will take a song, like any specific song, like, right, like a Backstreet Boys. What's the Backstreet Boys song that you did?
I Want It That Way.
I Want It That Way, right? We all know this song, right? He dresses up as each individual of the Backstreet Boys, but then he says, "This is the person who produced it," and then it's just like somebody with a solemn face, just right, and you're like, oh my gosh, that's cool. Like, and I picked up on that, and I was like, that's interesting that you're like giving like a visual of what the producer looks like, because people don't know who these producers are. It's like you see like a name and you're like, I don't know who that person is. I don't know what they look like I don't even know if they're still alive, right? But like, I like that you do that and you showcase that. But it actually makes perfect sense, because you said as a kid that you would read and like, that makes perfect sense now.
Yes, that's 100%. You know, where it all started just my obsession with like finding out who these producers and writers and engineers, etc., are, and the executives too, like the lore behind some of these things, where like you know, I remember as a kid finding out that Pink, the artist Pink, was an R&B girl group that didn't blow up at all, didn't do anything, and then she when she got put on, she had her solo career. She was an R&B artist at first, and then got to be more of herself as she got a bit of fame. But like, I had that knowledge sitting in my head for years about her being in a girl group that I didn't know was going to come in handy until now, as you know, what I'm doing. But I just love celebrating the people behind these songs, and it's a fun way to educate through entertainment. I feel, and get these less celebrated people just a bit more shine, little bump, and a little pat on the back for what they've contributed to the culture.
Right. Yeah, because we all know the Backstreet Boy song or a Busta Rhymes song, right? But we don't know who produced it until we go on Wikipedia, or I mean, like we do some like deep dive research, and then you're like, oh my gosh, it was this person, or like certain songwriters, they wrote all these songs.
Exactly.
Right?
Max Martin. Max Martin is a big one who's written a lot of the pop classics. Babyface has written a lot of pop classics. You know, Timbaland is behind a lot of classics. You know, and you as a pop fan, because you're a pop fan, just like music fan, just like I am. So you will go on Wikipedia. Most people won't go look it up. So like, I'm glad I get to like to do that for them.
Yeah, right? You're schooling everybody. You're like, hey, I know you don't care, but this is the person that wrote the song. This is the person that produced the song. Then you're like, Hype Williams directed the music video, which if you know, if you're at a certain time, and if you're around our age, you know a Hype Williams video back in the day when music videos were it. Hype Williams directed Belly, but he also directed some of the most iconic music videos of our time. So I love that you also give him his props too, because there's a certain group of people that know who he is and know, you know, the visuals that he's put out. And so I thank you for highlighting people like that as well.
Yes. I mean, sometimes it'll be something as simple as that will be the inspiration for why I would pick a song. Like I'll be like, oh, I want to do a Hype Williams thing. Even though he's not the main part of the story, he'll be the reason I'll dig for a Hype Williams music video and then find the artist. Like, so I kind of reverse engineer it just so I can be Hype Williams for like three seconds in a video. It's insane. It's insane. Okay.
I love that because you're like taking one thing and you're like, oh, but what can I do? Oh, it's this. I don't know if you've done this already, but if you haven't, you should do like a part of Belly, maybe like the opening sequence.
Yeah, as soon as you said it a second ago, my brain went there too. I was like, I gotta figure something out.
You've got to, because the thing is, the amount of people that you're gonna reach with that video, right? You're attracting a very specific person of a specific age with the Belly reference.
Yes, absolutely. Also, too, when you said that too, I thought of my brain also went to "Can't Stand the Rain" by Missy. Which it's just like I have to get the I like to get props and wigs and things like that, but like Missy in that garbage bag thing will be so much work to figure out how I can do the Nnamdi version of.
I mean, I know you, and I know that you're gonna rock it. I feel like you're probably gonna have the spatulas kind of move it. Someone's gotta move them. They gotta be hanging. These spatulas need to be hanging, and then you just get a trash bag, and then you just. I know you can do it. I know you can do it. I mean, like, it is kind of weird because I don't even know what she had going like this.
I know.
But you're creative. I feel like if there's a way to do it, you're gonna make it happen.
Yes. I gotta take my time with it and figure out the math.
So you poke fun at a lot of amazing songs and music compilation commercials. They've gone viral. Like seriously, like the one that I first saw that I loved was the Pure Moods one with like Enya, and I was like, sail away. I go, I haven't heard this song in like 15 years. Like it used to be everywhere back in the day. And I was like, and then you come on my TikTok feed and I was like, this is insane. And then I dug into some of your other videos. I was like, oh my gosh, but then you do R&B and then you do like 80s hair rock. And I was like, you're covering everything.
Yeah.
So tell me, what's your like process for coming up with these ideas? Because I feel like you're like all over the spectrum, like all different genres. So like, how does this happen? What's the process like?
Oh my gosh. So like I mentioned earlier, I'm a fan. I love all kinds of music. I do get messages from folks that be like, oh, I love this. Can you do this? And I don't do all of them. I do what I can because I like if for example, we have Backstreet Boys. I want it that way. I have to think it out first of like,
Right.
can I execute this, and will this be fun for me? When the Backstreet Boys, immediately yes, because they all have very distinct personalities and
Right.
mannerisms. I'm obsessed with mannerisms as a person. If I see somebody walking down the street, I'm going to this kind of it'll be like Terminator or the Matrix, when you see all the beep, boop, boops, all the stats like in front of the camera. That's kind of how I am when I see somebody walking down the street. I just do all that, and how I can wear that character. And I tried to, yes, of course I have fun with the wigs and the and filters, like the facial hair and glasses and things like that. But I still do try to I want to make sure we're still celebrating the artists and the music as well, like this. So I'll visualize it and then see if I can, if I want to find a fun snippet of the song, fun part of the song. The most popular parts are usually the chorus, but sometimes it'll be the bridge or like other sections, the first verse that everybody knows, like, if you think of Lose Yourself with Eminem, it's more the beginning that's a bit more popular, right? More spaghetti, knees, arms are heavy. Like that's what people think about first rather than the chorus on a broad sense. So as a fan, I just kind of know all those things. And then the other part is like, are there other people and things I can reference that will make it fun as well? So there are some songs that I have to do a bit more work for. Like if we go back to the 80s, Luther Vandross wrote and produced Never Too Much, Never Too Much, Never Too Much. But because he wrote and produced it, I have to do more work to find out who sampled it later, and so those would be the people that will show up rather than the writer and producer of that song, because he's the writer and producer of that song. So it's a whole lot working up here for me to find the thing. And so and also just a fun little tidbit for each of the people I add. So like the producers and stuff, I base them off of real pictures that those people took. So the reason that they appear kind of a bit more stoic is because it started from pictures, and they would always appear like that in the pictures, stoic. And so I took that, and I didn't want it to be like just a dead thing. I wanted it to have a bit of life, so I added the eye thing, and it kind of turned into what it is right now.
Yeah, but I love what you said about mannerisms, right? Because when you're looking at like a compilation, like a music compilation, and you're talking about 6 different artists, they all look a certain way, they act a certain way. Maybe they're just like sad and they're just kind of like stoic, right? And then other times it's just like really energetic. So I love like the contrast between all of that, the shirt changes, the wigs.
Yes.
I mean, there's so much creativity that goes into this, and like I just think you really need to like lay it out for people, because as I told you earlier, I don't think people understand like the creative process that goes into this, the editing, like right, like how like on average, what is like when you edit this video, right? When you edit the final cut, how long does it like take you?
Oh gosh, because I mean, the editing starts before I hit record, because I have to. With the Backstreet Boys song, I'll look for the section of the song I'm going to use, then I'll prep it, and I'll chop it up to be like, okay, this section is AJ singing, this section is Nick so far, and so I'll chop it up there. So that's going to take us certain amount of time, and then with the costume changes, that each person has to have a different costume and not exactly the same. I don't like to use the same wig or clothing twice in the same video. That's very much a Nnamdi thing. Even if people can have the same hairpiece, I'd still get another one. So I have so many, and so from that, from the performing it, setting up and performing it, and then editing, and then adding the text and doing the research in between to make sure I've got my facts accurate. It's like a fast, we're looking at an hour for sure per video, but some can be a bit longer, and I'll just like spread that out over a couple days if need be. But I have to like work ahead of time to get it done. But it's a lot.
Yeah, I know, because I was telling you, it's like it's a 12-second video, but it's just you have to make sure like you're lip syncing to it's all synced up, right? Like it's all chopped in a certain way, and then you want to make sure that like that final edit is just like you're laughing, because if you're laughing, then we're gonna be laughing.
Yes, I have to laugh, and also too. I mean, you know, some of these boy band ones will not just boy band. Some of these. I'm inspired by the music video for the outfits I wear, so I watch the music videos or live performances. And if it's a up tempo song, there's choreography, so I have to learn or remember the choreography, because I want to bring some of that into these videos too. So it really is a lot. It can be a lot. It can get very sweaty in here. It gets very sweaty when I'm doing it. Yeah.
But then when you post it, right, and then all these people are just like, oh my gosh, and then they share it with their friends and they comment and they say, oh my gosh, I needed to see this today.
It's so crazy, and so like I'm so thankful that people enjoy and respond that way. It's so cool. I love it. I'm very thankful for that.
Yeah, so guys, if you don't already, make sure to watch Nnamdi's videos, comment, like, show him love, because he loves it. Like that's what keeps him going. Like sometimes the comment to just be like, oh my gosh, like I'm doing what I love, and like other people love what I do as well.
100%. It's like Tinkerbell. Isn't Tinkerbell like I need claps to survive, or wishes or something? I don't know. Or good thoughts. Yeah. Whatever Tinkerbell is, I am that too.
You are that. You look just like her.
Exactly. I get that all the time.
So, okay, you told me that you're a big fan of music reality shows, and so am I. American Idol, The Voice, America's Got Talent. Talk to me about like which are your favorite shows? Do you have any like standout people from these shows?
Yeah. I mean, American Idol, old school American Idol with you know Simon and Randy and Paul on there. I remember obviously you know Kelly Clarkson was great. The OG Idol. I was a big Justin Guarini fan too at the time. I wanted Kelly to win. I was happy for but I like Justin as well.
Yeah.
And then we talk about Ruben Studdard, Ace Young is one of them. Random deep cut. Elliot Yamin is one of my favorites. I liked Taylor Hicks at the time as well. But fast forward to the Voice. Some of the ones that stand out for me. Jordan. What the heck was his last name? Jordan. He had glasses. He's from Tennessee, I believe. But he's an amazing singer. He won one of the seasons as well. You know, I also I watched the shows in between. So even the dance ones that use music, I love those. But I recently watched a reality show that revolved around the producers, and again, my nerdiness and love of music. This was seeing the producers, producing songs from scratch, just from the inspiration, and then just seeing these geniuses do this thing, just like really like was a thing I loved. Also, a show called Songland, which I was mad that it didn't get more love. It was on NBC, I think, a couple years ago, and this would have artists come on like the Jonas Brothers or Boyz II Men, and they would say what they were looking for, what kind of song they were looking for, what kind of inspiration, and songwriters would write the songs and produce them, and the artist would sing them. And I remember, and then some of them will get onto the albums, and I just thought it was so cool that somebody that just needed that little bump, that needed that little push, got it through that show, and they got to like write and produce a song for a huge artist, and like it's just like I love the reality shows that give people that bump, that boost, that wind in their sails to get it to the next level. I love that.
Yeah, I love it too because it's like you think somebody maybe you are introduced to somebody who's like lives in the Midwest, right?
Yeah,
They don't live in a big city like you and I. Like
yeah,
for people who don't know, I live in New York City, Nnamdi lives in LA, so like we're
yeah,
in big cities, but there's so many people that live in these small rural communities, and
yeah,
and then they go on a show like The Voice or American Idol, and then
yeah,
it's like, oh my God, they're gonna have like a worldwide audience. They're gonna be posted on YouTube. It's gonna be amazing for them to just get this exposure because when you
yeah.
go on a show like that, the exposure is so amazing.
Yes, yes, exactly, exactly. It's like sometimes what you need is that little bump. It's
Yeah,
really, yeah,
I
yeah,
love that. Well,
yeah.
Namdi, that's all the time that we have for this
Oh my
evening. But
gosh, time has flown.
before, I feel like we could go for another 4 hours, but I'm not going to do that to you. It's a Saturday night, and you got stuff to do. I got stuff to do. But
Yes.
Namdi, before I let you go, do you have any final words for the room?
Final words would be um, keep being you, keep doing things that make that bring you joy and other people joy, and be somebody that other people want to be around with. That's my thing. That's my thing.
Love that. That's a mic drop moment because honestly, like, be the person that you want other people to be to you. Like, if you're a
Yeah,
nice person, like, right, like, just be
yeah.
nice, and then you'll invite nice people in.
You receive it. Absolutely. Amen. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
And stay creative and always keep pushing because I think it's one of those
Always.
things.
It's important. Hey, listen, that stuff won't go away. It won't go away. That creative drive, it won't go away. Like just be it and let it out. Have fun.
Love that. And for the people who don't already follow you, can you plug all your social channels and tell the beautiful people where they can find you?
Yes, 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 yes. So I'm active on TikTok. First name, last name will be that. I'm on active on Instagram, Nnamdi Ngwe, and then and NGWE17 and Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I've multiple two Facebook pages now. One for the arts as well, and I'm uploading to YouTube more now. So YouTube, I think it's first name, last name on YouTube as well. So I'm out there, y'all. I'm out there. Okay.
You're everywhere, and also like the videos are everywhere, so
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
exciting to see.
And I'm writing for different shows that's changing and I'm moving all the time. I'm doing live performances. I put them up on my socials that you can come see me and have fun. And please say hi if you're at a show in person. I love it.
Yes, go see Nnamdi live because we see him
Yes.
on TikTok all the time, but to be in a room with him is a different
Yes.
type of energy.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Amazing. Well, Nnamdi, I just want to say thank you so much for coming on the show. It was so much fun to have you on and just learn a little bit more about you as a comic and the creative process behind these amazing videos. Keep them coming. Help, like, the world is a crazy place, so it really helps to just have a little laughter and see this content, especially the music content, because you're also schooling people as well. And I can't wait to see that belly video.
It's coming. It's coming.
Nnamdi, thank you so much for your time. Guys, if you're new here, I'm Ashley Live. This is Vibe with Ashley Live. Please hit that like and subscribe button and make sure to follow Nnamdi. Nnamdi, have a beautiful weekend and I hope to have you back on the show soon.
Thanks. I can't wait.
Thanks. Have a great night, guys.
You too.